Well, it looks like the Eagles' 2024 second-round draft pick just got a lot better. Jalen Hurts is the #1 selling jersey in the entire National Football League, and Dallas Goedert explains how mad the Eagles made other teams. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Wednesday. Let's start with the top-selling jersey in the National Football League in the month of June. What do you know? It's Jalen Hurts. Now, unfortunately, it's not the Kelly Green jerseys. More on those a little bit later tomorrow. But he does beat out Aaron Rodgers, Micah Parsons, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Justin Fields, Tom Brady, Bryce Young, and Christian McCaffrey to have the top-selling jersey in the month of June, further showcasing that not only the Philadelphia Eagle fans love Jalen Hurts, but presumably other maybe closet Eagle fans or mediocre Eagle fans or football fans in general love Jalen Hurts as well, making him the #1 selling jersey in the entire month of June. Thumbs up for that. Very well deserved, and I would expect once the Kelly Green jerseys come out, the Jalen Hurts jersey is going to skyrocket even further ahead of, say, Aaron Rodgers' Jets jersey or Micah Parsons' Cowboy jersey there at number 3. Now, speaking of Aaron Rodgers and the Jets, they officially have been selected to be a part of Hard Knocks. Obviously, you have to go through a bunch of criteria to make it onto Hard Knocks. You got to have not been to the playoffs in the past 5 years. And you can't have won a Super Bowl in X amount of time. There's all these different rules for who could be on Hard Knocks. And the Jets were one of a few teams who could have actually made it. And of course, they have officially been selected as they report in training camp 1 week from today on July 19th. Philadelphia reports July 25th, so a little bit later on. But honestly, as a big Hard Knocks fan, big HBO fan, this is going to be fantastic and is the best team that was available to be selected. I'm going to watch the heck out of this and be a big fan of seeing Rodgers and the rest of the Jets try and gel early in this year's training camp. Okay, over here to the big story of the day, and that is the Alvin Kamara situation. You're probably wondering, Thomas, how does Alvin Kamara's situation apply to the Philadelphia Eagles? Well, the Eagles have the Saints' second-round draft pick in 2024. Therefore, if the Saints are bad this year, that 2024 draft pick could be way better than people expected, even with the addition of Derek Carr. Listen to this, quote, Saints running back Alvin Kamara pleaded no contest to misdemeanor charges of breach of peace for the February 2022 Las Vegas nightclub incident. Kamara will have to complete 30 hours of community service and pay the victim $100,000 for medical bills. Obviously, Jim Kempski went ahead and quote tweeted that and said, as a reminder, the Eagles own the Saints' second-round pick in 2024. Kamara's suspension likely coming soon, and that's based off what the reports saying that the NFL is looking into the Kamara situation, and a suspension is likely. Now, the question will be, how long will the suspension last? Will it be 1 game, or 3 games, or 6 games, or 8 games? Probably not 8 games, but you get my point. It'll be a decent amount of time, and with Alvin Kamara out, the Saints might be a little bit worse than people are actually expecting. Now, I'll be honest, the addition of Derek Carr does make them good. Chris Olave there at the wide receiver position, their defense isn't bad. Marshawn Lattimore on the outside, but are they good enough to win 9 games in the NFC, 10 games in the NFC, who knows? But if they were to go ahead and lose a couple of the games that Alvin Kamara misses, then this draft pick could get even better for Philadelphia, giving them even more ammo for what could be a crazy April going forward in 2024. In case you've forgotten, the Eagles draft picks are unbelievably stacked. Look at this. They have their first-round draft pick. They have their second-round draft pick. The Saints' second-round draft pick. A compensatory pick projected to be in the 3rd round. The Vikings' 5th. That can be a 4th if the conditions are met. The Bucks' 5th. 2 more 5th-round draft picks, to which are both compensatory picks. The 6th-round pick, or the Titans' 6th-round pick, whichever is better. And then a compensatory 6th-round draft pick. That is projected to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total draft picks in 2024. Now, of course, Philadelphia only had 5 or 6 going into 2023, and after a bunch of moves were made back and forth, Howie Roseman acquired a couple of extra ones, so expect this to be the draft where they package things up to go get players they really like and end up with less draft picks versus the aforementioned already there 11 draft picks. I would think Philadelphia makes a couple of moves next year and gets it to about 8 draft picks total, and those are moves up in order to get guys that they really, really like. Now, who knows? It's so far away. I'll read the comments saying down below, Thomas, it's too far ahead. We should be focusing on the season. That's true, but it is worth noting, once you get into the offseason in 2024, Philadelphia is going to be in prime position to not only have cap space, but also have draft picks, and therefore make what should be a Super Bowl caliber roster this year even better going into 2024. Over here to a very funny quote from Dallas Goedert on Pardon My Take. Of course, the boys at Pardon My Take and Barstool went ahead and asked Dallas Goedert about that quarterback sneak, which Philadelphia was like 90-something% accurate on and converted on so many 4th and 1s and 3rd down and 1s, and the NFL talked about banning it possibly. Well, Goedert said, quote, he says opposing defenses hated the Eagles quarterback sneak last season. Oh, they hated it every time. They'd call us blank, call us soft, tell us run a real play. And we're like, well, don't give us 3rd down, 4th down, and 1. I don't know how I don't know how you do stop it. I don't know how you don't stop it is the correct wording there. But he's right. It's so funny how mad teams get about this, but why can't other teams do it? I mean, is it just the fact the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line is that big and that strong? Maybe. I'm sure it helps. You're telling me other teams couldn't do this? You're telling me other teams couldn't try quarterback sneaks? Perhaps it's the fact that Jalen Hurts squats 600 pounds and has extreme power from his lower body and is able to drive himself forward against these very strong defensive linemen and linebackers, and you just can't stop it. And guess what? Unless you go ahead and try it, you're never going to know if you can actually perform it, and until you stop it, Philadelphia's going to keep doing it. That's the funniest part of this. If you want to stop it, then stop it. If you don't want us to do it, then make us not do it. Don't give us 1, 3rd down and 1 and 4th down and 1, or 2, let us convert 90-something% of these to where it feels like an automatic first down every single time Philadelphia gets out there. So it's hilarious that people are getting so upset when it comes to this sort of thing. But at the same time, I think Philadelphia's going to utilize it a bunch, almost maybe even more than they did this past year. And until it gets stopped, they're going to keep running it. And that should be a lot of first downs for Philadelphia on 3rd and 4th down and short. Okay, speaking of Kelly Green jerseys, talked about this a little bit earlier on. I expect them to be announced pretty soon. We'll have an update on that tomorrow. The Bucs announced their creamsicle jerseys they'll be wearing, I believe it was week 6. Don't quote me on that. But they are going to be wearing these classic vintage Tampa Bay Buccaneer jerseys. They are now on sale for the Bucs as well, and that kind of indicates that, hey, it's time for Philadelphia to go ahead and drop the Kelly Greens. The fact that I can go to the Tampa Bay Bucs team store and get a Chris Godwin or Mike Evans throwback Nike jersey for $129 and they still haven't released the Kelly Green jerseys is infuriating. Give us the Kelly Green jerseys. I don't know why it's taking so long, but it is. But this is a good sign. Those of you guys who are hoping to see the Kelly Green jerseys come out sooner rather than later, I'm expecting before training camp, and training camp is less than 2 weeks away. So mark your calendars. Any day now, we'll have an update, so be sure to subscribe. Okay, plenty more stuff happening over the next couple of days and weeks. Obviously, a Wednesday link live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Don't be late. Be sure to hit the notification bell. That way, when we go live, it pops up on your YouTube feed that we are live, and you can join in on not only the ticket giveaway, entries being taken tonight as well, but also ask your questions, hang out with myself and Josh Davis, the Philly Special Show. It is always a blast. Don't be late. It is going to be a bunch of fun. Okay, like I said, plenty more stuff happening over the next couple of days and weeks. I'm Thomas Mott, hanging out on a Wednesday. This has been The Thomas Mott Show.